No doubt, the Kalis games are the easiest in the franchise. So today, man, I'm gonna change that. We're gonna take each of the gym leaders and ask a very simple question. How can we make these guys better? And honestly, I have the answer. So if you're already a true subscriber here on the channel, go ahead and hit that like button on faith. If not, wait until the end of the video to see if I deserve it. Now, let's start with Viola. She has a level 10 Surskit with Quick Attack, Bubble, Water Sport, and that's it. Only 3 moves. And a Vivillon with Infestation, Harden, and Tackle, which honestly makes a lot of sense. I really like these 2 Pokemon here. My only change would be to add 1 more member to her team. When we look at the secondary types of each of the Pokemon, we can notice something. Surskit is a water type, which gives it an advantage against the starter Fennekin. Chespin is naturally going to have a hard time since the gym is bug type. But here, we still need to create a disadvantage for the starter Froakie. So I'm going to add a level 11 Paras. This Paras will totally cripple the water type starter since its grass and bug types are really resistant to the frog's moves and will also hit back with super effective attacks. For its moves, it'll have Bullet Seed for a grass type stab, Stun Spore to provide some support, and to spread paralysis on the player's team early on, and Fury Cutter for a bug type stab that gets stronger with each turn. The idea is that Stun Spore will ruin your starter's speed, paving the way for Vivillon to come in and finish the job with Infestation, even trapping your Pokemon on the field. So now, Viola's team looks like this. The second gym leader in the region is Grant, and he specializes in rock types. He has 2 pretty interesting Pokemon, Amora with Aurora Beam, Rock Tomb, Thunder Wave, and Takedown, and Tyrant with Rock Tomb, Bite, and Stomp. Honestly, I can't really see any major problems with these Pokemon. The only change I would make for him would be to give Tyrant Dragon Rage, a move that can be extremely overpowered at the start of the game. After all, dealing 40 points of physical damage at this stage of the game is basically a one-hit KO on any Pokemon the player brings. But of course, we can't have the second gym leader in the games with just 2 Pokemon, right? And after taking a good look at the Kalos Pokedex, I decided that Binnacle is the best addition to his team. His moves would be Clamp, Water Gun, and Shell Smash, just to really scare the player. Just imagine this guy here, man, using Shell Smash, dropping its defenses, but maxing out its attack and speed. If you slip up, man, he'll take out your whole team by himself. Grant with this team here, man, will make earning that badge worth every penny. Honestly, it turned out really cool. Now for me, one of the best gym leaders in the region, Karina, a fighting type trainer. In the gym battles, she has a Mienshao with Power Up Punch, which is an excellent move, and it also has Fake Out and Double Slap. This Pokemon is perfect. She also has a Machoke with Power Up Punch, Rock Tomb, and Leer. And what really stands out to me here, man, is its Guts ability, which basically increases its physical damage by 50% when it has a negative status condition. And to make things even more challenging at this point, let's give it a Flame Orb, so as soon as it enters battle, its ability will already be activated. The guy comes in already burned, with the Guts boost activated, and he's gonna unleash Power Up Punch. Man, it's gonna be really hard to get past this Pokemon. Good luck trying to tank that. If you don't bring a Psychic or Fairy type Pokemon, you won't be able to take it down quickly, and Corina will wipe the floor with you. And her last Pokemon is Hawlucha with some great moves. And man, take a good look at her team and see if you feel like something's missing. If you've played these 2 games a lot, you know that at least twice in the game, we face her with Lucario. So now explain to me why this Pokemon isn't in her gym battle. So let's add 1 to her team with Swords Dance, Bone Rush, Power Up Punch, and Metal Sound. If he has time to set up Swords Dance, man, the damage is done. And Lucario will also sweep your team with ease. So this would be a gym where you'd have to try to beat her really fast, because otherwise her Pokemon will punish you hard. Now her team looks like this. To me, it's way more complete now. And the 4th gym leader is the friendly Ramos, a grass type trainer. And man, there's something here that's starting to bother me a lot. We're already at the 4th gym, literally halfway through the game, and the guy only has 3 Pokemon left. Dude, to me, this is unacceptable. But hold on, it's gonna get worse by the end of the video. Okay, but he has a level 30 Jumpluff with Grass Knot, Acrobatics, and Leech Seed. A great Pokemon. Next comes a Weepinbell with Grass Knot, Acid, Poison Powder, and Gastro Acid. And honestly, I think that at level 31, it's time for us to evolve this Pokemon into Victreebel. And then his strongest Pokemon is Go-Goat with Grass Knot, Takedown, and Bulldoze, which makes it a good counter for Fire-type Pokemon since Bulldoze can catch Fire types off guard, breaking the strategy of anyone who thought they could just sweep through with Charizard here. Go-Goat, man, it has insanely high HP and physical attack stats for this point in the game. But to be honest, we need to step up this team. After all, we're already talking about the 4th gym leader, and at this point, Mega Evolution's already unlocked. So it only makes sense to give him a Pokemon that has that ability. And man, even though the Pokemon I'm about to add isn't a grass type, I really think a Beedrill would fit him perfectly. Tell me, this old guy here doesn't look like someone who loves taking care of bees and having a bit of honey. And the best part is that his bee can Mega Evolve, making his team even stronger. With this setup, I think it turned out really awesome. Now the 5th gym belongs to our buddy Klylon. And take a good look, my friend, we're already past the halfway point of the game. We're at the 5th gym and we still have 3 Pokemon here. One of them is Emolga with Volt Switch, Quick Attack, and Aerial Ace. To make it a bit more well-rounded, I'm going to add Thunder Wave so it can come in, cause some trouble by paralyzing, and then switch out with Volt Switch. Her other Pokemon is Magneton with Thunderbolt, Electric Terrain, and Mirror Shot. And here I'm also going to add Thunder Wave. Magneton with Electric Terrain active boosts the damage of all electric type moves. Just imagine how dangerous it is to take a Thunderbolt powered up by the terrain from a creature, man, that has a base stat of 120 in special attack. That's just cinematic. And lastly, Heliolisk with Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, and Grass Knot. Honestly, this Pokemon here is really good, and we don't need to change anything. But man, obviously we're not going to let her have just 3 Pokemon. And the first addition I'm going to make to her team, man, is going to be a Pokemon that has both electric and ghost types. And on top of that, has the Levitate ability, so your ground type Pokemon won't be able to hit it. And if you're smart, you know I'm talking about Rotom, a Pokemon with a base stat total of 440 points, great speed, great special attack, and pretty solid defenses. With Shadow Ball, Light Screen, Reflect, and Thunderbolt, this Pokemon is going to become an incredible support in the match. He sets up the protective screens to make the rest of the team practically indestructible. And when you bring in a Dirge Bee or any other ground-type Pokemon, when you use the move, Rotom with Levitate comes in completely immune to ground, literally eliminating the only weakness electric types have in the game. Now, another Pokemon I'm going to add here, man, is one that has a base stat total of 460 points, and the highlight is its HP with 125 points. Its typing is water and electric, and since we don't have many examples of this typing, of course I'm talking about Lantern. With Confuse Ray, Toxic, Protect, and Thunder, this Pokemon is going to be one of the most annoying to face. His tactic here is going to get on your nerves. He poisons you, confuses you, uses Protect to stall and heal, and then drops a Thunder on your head. A real test of patience. This Lantern here is basically going to be an HP wall, just soaking up hits. While your whole team is poisoned, he's just draining your life away. It's that kind of stall Pokemon that drives players crazy because it's so annoying to face. And now look at his team here, man. Tell me it doesn't look way better now. And once again, my friend, the 6th gym leader, Valere, only has 3 Pokemon. A Mawile with only Crunch is a good move, a Mr. Mime with some really cool support moves, and even a Sylveon that we can improve a bit. But to start, the first thing I want to do is Mega Evolve this Mawile, which by itself already makes the team a lot better. Check out the base stats of this Mega Mawile. It has 105 attack, 125 defense, and 95 special defense. And with its ability Huge Power, man, its attack gets even stronger, turning Mist Pokemon into a real killing machine. For those who don't know, the Huge Power ability simply doubles the Pokemon's attack stat, which means it goes up to 210 attack points, my friend. With this Mega Evolution, her team just gets way stronger. So we still need to improve her moveset a little more. I'm going to give her Iron Head and Play Rough. The damage from that is going to be so high, she'll even wipe out Pokemon that resist those moves. Mr. Mime is actually really good, and your Sylveon is nothing to sneeze at either. The only thing we might need to do here is maybe improve its moves a little. But honestly, I'm going to leave it as it is so it doesn't get too overpowered. But looking at your team, I think there's a Pokemon that would fit in perfectly. And I'm talking about Gardevoir. I don't know why, but this Pokemon is going to be just perfect here. It also has really good base stats, especially with 125 points in special attack. And with Psychic, Calm Mind, Thunderbolt, and Dazzling Gleam, this is going to be insane, man. And now to add some type variety to this leader, A Pokemon that I also think would fit her really well is Melodic. Even though it's not a fairy type, I think this Pokemon's design matches Valaire's design a lot. It's a Pokemon that's going to be an absolute tank. It has 95 points in HP, combined with a special defense of 125 points. And it's still a great special attacker with 100 points. And with Recover, Safeguard, Surf, and Draining Kiss, this Pokemon is going to be perfect for the team. Draining Kiss, besides dealing good damage, will always heal you a bit, making this Melodic, man, is almost an impossible wall to take down. Basically, Valaire is a stylist. She really cares about the aesthetics and beauty of Kalos, and Melodic is officially described as the most beautiful Pokemon in the world. In other words, the connection here is just perfect, and it also brings that water-type variety to mess with anyone who thought they could sweep the gym using only fire or steel Pokemon. And the coolest thing of all is that it looks amazing to see this team lined up together like this. Now let's move on to the second to last gym in the game, and again, we only have 3 Pokemon here. The first one is Sigilly PH with great moves, Air Slash, Psychic, Light Screen, and Reflect. We don't need to change anything. We have a Slowking, which is also an incredible tank, and a Meowstic, which honestly is also good as is. But now we need to expand your team. And since we're already at the second to last gym, I think the best thing here is to add 3 more Pokemon and complete the team, starting with the Delphox. And man, tell me this Pokemon doesn't just scream Olympia. It has great base stats, really well balanced, with highlights in special attack, special defense, and speed. This Pokemon is perfect for the gym. Another Pokemon that makes sense to have here, in my opinion, is Mega Gallade. And I don't even need to say much, right? Just look at that physical attack. Do you really think any Pokemon that faces him is going to stand a chance? This guy is a beast when it comes to physical attack, perfectly balancing our team, which was focused on special attackers. Mega Gallade has the inner focus ability, which keeps him from flinching. Since Olympia was basically only using special and slow Pokemon, adding a fast physical attacker really changes the pace of the battle. And to give her team a bit of variety, Aegislash is a perfect fit for Olympia, man. A Ghost and Steel Pokemon, it can be really defensive or really offensive. It's one of the most annoying Pokemon to go up against. Playing against Aegislash takes a lot of prediction. If you try to attack it while it's in defense mode, your attack power is cut in half. But if you slip up and it switches to attack form, it'll hit you with a Sacred Sword right in your face and pretty much wipe you out in one shot, my friend. And look how cool her team looks now with 6 Pokemon. And man, we've reached the last gym leader. And yeah, he still only has 3 Pokemon. Tell me Kalos isn't an embarrassment. Pretty much all the gym leaders only have 3 Pokemon. The only ones who are different are the first and second leaders who only have 2. To me, Kalos has the most embarrassing gym leaders in the whole franchise. But let's talk about the 8th gym now. The guy only has an Abamosno, a Cryogonal, and an Avaled. Come on, man, seriously. But let's make this better, starting with Abamosno Mega Evolving. His other 2 Pokemon are actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna start by adding Mamoswine here, a Pokemon with 110 HP and 130 physical attack. With Earthquake, this Pokemon is gonna be the perfect counter for Fire-type Pokemon. The days of sweeping the gym leader with just Charizard are over. That's it. Mamoswine, with the Thick Fat ability, takes half damage from Fire-type moves. So that old trick of burning Wulfric's Pokemon doesn't work anymore. Another interesting Pokemon that really fits his style is Beardick. It has insanely high physical attack and good HP. And finally, I always like to mix up the types in the gym. So I'm gonna add a Pangoro. And man, let's be real, this is gonna look awesome. This Pokemon is a perfect match for Wulfric. After all, Wulfric wears that huge coat that looks a lot like Pangoro's style, and it also brings in the fighting and dark types to really finish things off in style. And that's how I fixed all the gym leaders in Kalos. If you liked this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy the ones showing up on the screen, because it's simply the best video on the channel.